So you stumbled on the Napalm channel. Blown fuse panel, killed and tremble. Smoke a camel, don't get anal. It's classic games all the time. Watch me rhyme, stream full time in my prime. Kill an undead like I'm Rick Grimes. Stream starting soon, so let's attune. Streams in the afternoon beneath the moon. Let's commune. Getting old, need a spoon when I eat my prunes. I learned to group in Black Burrow, end up in the dunes. So hit the like and the sub and the bell. I don't smell pretty swell in the dungeons where I dwell. You'll be a fan, I foretell. Shoot a spell when I yell and be my clientele. Thank you to the members on YouTube and the subs on Twitch. Thank you all for joining the Nathan Napalm Nation. You help keep the lights on so I can keep streaming and pumping out content. I want to also thank the highest tier members for their epic support. Bounty Code, Jared Woodhouse, Daimlos, Sparrow, Farthest Reach, Random Rob, Gallery Moonsong, What's the Takeaway, Bad Wolf Gaming, Cobalt, Robert Daneka, Pip Pop, My Boot in Your Ass, The Crinkle Boy, Scruffy Bard, and Aaron Owen. Thank you for your highest tier membership. Support the Nathan Napalm with super chats or by clicking join to become a member of Napalm on YouTube or by subbing or with bits on Twitch. Every dollar helps feed a puppet for a day and keep Nathan on the air. Thank you all so much for your support. Stream is starting soon. Oh. So you stumbled on the Napalm channel. Blown fuse panel, killed and tremble. Smoke a camel, don't get anal. It's classic games all the time. Watch me rhyme, stream full time in my prime. Kill an undead like I'm Rick Grimes. Stream starting soon, so let's attune. Streams in the afternoon beneath the moon. Let's commune. Getting old, need a spoon when I eat my prunes. I learned to group in Black Burrow, end up in the dunes. So hit the like and the sub and the bell. I don't smell pretty swell in the dungeons where I dwell. You'll be a fan, I foretell. Shoot a spell when I yell and be my clientele. Thank you to the members on YouTube and the subs on Twitch. Thank you all for joining the Nathan Napalm Nation. You help keep the lights on so I can keep streaming and pumping out content. I want to also thank the highest tier members for their epic support. Bounty Code, Jared Woodhouse, Daimler. What's up, everybody? We are live. This is the Nathan and Steve show. We're going to be covering everything going on in gaming, especially RPGs and MMOs and all the nerdy good stuff. I am Nathan. I'm joined here by my great friend, Steve.
Hey, I'm Steve. Welcome to America's favorite game show. We've got a lot in store for you today. We got a lot of good content. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, we do have a lot to talk about. So let's just kick this off the only way you can kick off this show on a day like today.
Only way.
It's the only way because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Dude, it's so good.
It's crazy how good it is. It's insane. So the first thing I want to say about it is, it wasn't until I started playing this game that I decided that I'm glad that they broke it up into 3 games, because there's this experience that I got when I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, the first game, where I felt like I was like experiencing this world that I knew, but in a brand new way, and it was just a really awesome experience from start to finish. And I had that experience, and then I started playing this new game, and I feel like I'm getting to have that experience all over again times 10. And now I'm like, I'm gonna get to at least experience this one more time when they do the 3rd game.
Yeah, man.
That rules.
And it's cool because like this one it really does feel like we went to Midgard with the remake, and then we stepped out, and now we're out in the world, you know, and like,
yeah, and you are out in the world in this game. That is so cool.
It's really good how they did it. Like, I really love it so much. We were talking about this before the show started, but like the towns, so well done, so good. It's like they took the original artwork and not only recreated it with sweet graphics, but made it bigger, and but they didn't change the feel of each area. Like, it feels like the original, but just bigger and more of everything. I love it.
Massively bigger. Dude, the towns are so beyond fleshed out compared to the original game, but still, you feel like it's the same town. It's
Yeah.
the characters, even in these Final Fantasy VII remake games, they take like small characters that had like a line in the original game that were like throwaway characters, and they give them a little more development and a little more character and a little more dialogue, and it is really cool to see all of those little tiny characters brought to life in a new way like this. Like the way how Johnny ended up being like,
yeah, dude.
and that's like more of a major one, but even just the small, like Tifa's dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
or the mayor
it's just
of
so cool.
Nibelheim.
All the mayors, you know, like it's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it really did turn what, like, I feel like, you know, the original, I don't think we really realized it at the time, but we were using our imagination for some things, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
this is like, it feels like it took what I imagined and made it real. Like, it's like they knew exactly, like, this is what happens when this team knew exactly what was cool about the world and the characters of Final Fantasy VII and gives it to us. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
tons of it. And I love it, man.
Super ton. Like it's hard for me to get through the storyline in the game because there's so much content that I end up running around out in the world forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's so. Dude, I've been in Costa del Sol for like 5 hours now. Like that's where I'm at in the game right now. I'm stuck there.
So a lot of people are taking.
I'm just there.
A lot of people are taking their time with this game too, because I noticed, like on the last couple of chapters, because I just was like, I got to beat it because I got to be able to get to a point where I can pick what chapter I want to go to, so that I can make these guides, right? Because it's hard to make a guide video on your first playthrough, right? Because you look stupid because it's your first time. You know what I mean? So now that I've already beat it and I kind of get the gist, now I can go back and replay certain parts over and over and over again till I can 100% it, and then can make a video with it to make a guide. So I had to get through it. So I was doing everything on the stream, and then I was like, okay, I'm just going to beat the game real quick. So the past, let's see, since Saturday night, I stayed up until 6 a.m. playing, and then I woke up at noon, so I slept 6 hours, got back up, played all day Sunday, literally until like 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, and then I once again slept 6 hours, got up at 10 a.m. this morning, and finally complete the game. And now I'm working my way through the parts to make the guide. But I noticed that on the trophies, which is everybody playing the game unless they're not hooked up to the internet, right? It was like 0.7 people had gotten to like the last couple of chapters. So that tells me a lot of people are taking their time with the game, right? Like they're like really enjoying it, which is good. Now I'm going to go back through on the stream and actually like work my way through each zone and try to get all the stuff, and then I can go back through.
Right.
Without any spoilers, what did you think of the ending? No spoilers. 2 thumbs up. Great way to end it. Great freaking way to end it. I can't say too much because it will be a spoiler. So I'm not going to tell you my emotions. I'm not going to tell you nothing. I'm just going to say super hyped for the third one. Even more hyped than I was previously. And that I can't imagine them doing it any better. I can't imagine them doing it any better. But I am going to finish the story on the stream because it was kind of rushed through. I can kind of take my time on the stream and really explore. Loved it, though.
You know, there is one thing about the game that is a little annoying to me, and that's the Queen's blood, dude. The Queen's blood makes me mad.
I like it, but it is annoying sometimes. Yeah, is that what you mean? Do you like it though?
I don't think
generally,
I really get the game. Like I feel like I'm starting to after I played so many ridiculous amount of matches of it, right? But there's still certain elements to the game where I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to even be doing?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's difficult, man.
It makes me feel like an idiot sometimes. I'm like, oh my god, this game.
I like playing Queen's Blood. I think it's probably, in my opinion, the most fleshed out card game in a Final Fantasy game. And it feels good, like being able to collect more and more of them. I do think it feels like to me that some of them they made really hard, expecting you to do it on on another playthrough, because you
Yeah,
get to keep all your items when you replay, right? So you would
that is
have
true. And
better
also, it's
decks.
worth mentioning that I was not playing it and winning good cards when I got to the tournament, which,
Hmm.
by the way, I got stuck on the tournament for hours because I
Four
thought you
hours, you
had
said,
to
right?
do it.
On the
Yeah,
ship
like 4
tournament.
hours on the ship. Yeah, dude, it was brutal, dude. And all I had was the cards you started with, and it was hard. But
Yeah,
I
you
finally
did
won
it.
it,
I haven't done that yet, but I am going to. Um,
dude. Chadley's the most brutal one. The ones after that are bad, but I didn't get stuck on them as much.
I didn't. I don't know if you've done this yet, but the puzzle ones, I didn't like those so much. The puzzle ones where you
I
just kind
did
of
way better on those.
really, dude. I
Yeah,
those were
dude.
pissing
After
me
those, once I
off.
realized what was going on, I was like, oh, here we go. Now I got this.
Now there is every, I want to say every video game ever made has some part that you have to do that is annoying. Every game
Yeah.
has that where it's like part of the story. Like you have to do it or you cannot get through the game, right? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth does have a scene like that. Um, no spoilers, but it's
I
bad.
don't think I'm there yet.
It's pretty bad. It's not. I'm gonna make a guide for it because it's just there's some parts where it's just kind of like it doesn't explain something kind of simple, and therefore you kind of feel like you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like you're like,
What
what?
town does it take place in?
Um,
Can you say that?
Let me think where that.
I'm just
I'm
curious.
afraid to say the name of town because I don't know for sure that you know that that's in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's a
okay.
place that I don't
That's
know.
fair.
You may not know that it's in the game. And it would be quite spoilerish of me to say it because it's a big deal in the Final Fantasy VII universe. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fair.
Here's what I will say: vents. When you get to the part where there's vents, ventilation
Gotcha.
system, you'll if you're not annoyed
Oh,
by it
vents.
immediately, and you
Vents.
get to the ventilation part, you'll know that was the part I thought was the most annoying part in the game.
Okay, interesting.
But it's not that long, and once you know what to do, it's really not that bad. Yeah, I love it, man. I think this was. I think Square knocked this one out of the park like way more than they needed to. I think this.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
could.
like the best game I've ever played, I feel like, as I'm experiencing it anyway.
Yeah, I agree. It really
Like,
is one of
holy
the better
crap.
games. I can't imagine we'll get a better game this year. I really can't. Especially haven't seen it all the way through. Like it's just so freaking well done, man. And when remake came out, I was thinking the through several parts of it, I was like, this is gonna piss off some of the fans. Like there's a couple parts I was like, this is gonna piss off somebody. This is gonna I loved it. But I could see it. In Rebirth, man, I don't see how you could get pissed off.
No, dude, it's insanely cool.
It is beautiful. It's awesome. I love it so much. You know, the whole romance, being able to pick who you want to romance and try to work to subsequent playthroughs. You can pick somebody else. There's lots of cool stuff you can do with that romance thing and even some comedy if you want there to be. Man, I just love it. I love this game so much. This is a dream come true for Final Fantasy VII fans for sure. And I can't wait for the third one, man. It's going to be
Yeah.
so good.
I did want to mention before we move on from Final Fantasy VII. I did want to mention that. So sometimes I really like when games. This is gonna sound a little strange, but I really like when games have like a really good photo mode, right?
Okay.
Unfortunately, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is pretty limited, and that's okay. But you can't take the kind of screenshots that you like, thinking about the game like
Oh, right.
photography minded, I guess.
Right.
You can't zoom in, you can't zoom out that far, you can't move away from where your character's standing very well.
Agree.
Like I wish the camera was more free. Like some
Agree.
example of some games that have great photography modes is Final Fantasy 14 actually, and like
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn has a really good one. There's other games out there, of course, but so I always check those out and take a lot of pictures and games with those. Just I don't know, I just like to. And but the producer called me up earlier
Oh no.
unexpectedly and last minute wanted me to give a presentation to the board
Oh.
specifically about the photography system in the game.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, I can probably wing it. And they we're like, that's good enough. So I went down there and gave it real quick. And let's just say, well, I'll let you guys see what happened.
Do we
because
have?
they sent me
Do
a
we?
copy of the footage.
Oh, they sent you a copy. Let's see if we can get that pulled up here.
Yeah.
This is of your presentation, right?
Yeah, and keep in mind, I had to throw this together last minute. I didn't have time to really plan it out. They put it on me like that.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we got here. I think we got the volume up. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Here we go, guys.
Hello. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really prepared to do a presentation on that. But I could just come in and wing it if that'll work. I can just come in and wing it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to wing it.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Let's see how it went. Oh, nice. Some good jams on the way there.
Yeah.
So was this? Wait a minute. I'm gonna pause it. Was this morning or was this late last night? It's hard to tell.
This was late last night.
Okay. So he headed to the office to do a last minute presentation.
Okay, let's see here.
Here you are in the office.
Are we ready? Alright. Okay, so here's a picture that I took. Features an ocean, you can see. Here's another one I did. Also has an ocean. A little town in the background there.
Nice.
And there was a protest going on here. I thought it looked...
The protest.
There's some people playing some instruments outside of a bar. Really cool. Here's a monster I was getting snorched by.
Snorched.
Close-up of Shiva. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's a good one of Shiva.
A little bit farther away. And, okay, yeah, that's cool. Then we got another close-up.
She was about to do...
Just thought it looked neat. A good opportunity. And Cloud with the dolphin. Of course, I had to take a snap of that. We got all kinds
Good
of
rainbow in the
photos.
background there.
There's Tifa and Cloud doing a little synergy action.
Ooh, nice.
Close-up of Yuffie when you first see her in the game. Some random lady. And she was just standing there looking around. And then there's like a shot of the town under Junin. That looks pretty cool. And then another shot facing the ocean. A lot of ocean shots, as you can see. And there's a little shot of Cloud with a little bit of a lot of lighting, actually. And the Red 13 just standing around in a room. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And of course, another Tifa. Looks awesome. Let's see. There's another Tifa. Can never take too many pictures of these cool characters. Yuffie holding a materia. That's pretty awesome, don't you think? And there we are with the President Rufus with a little group action. You know,
You got a picture.
Of course, everyone loves those things.
With stamps.
And there's Elena at the bar, upset. Thought it was cool to see her there. Some cool photos, some shops you might see around town during this time of year.
During this time of year.
Random people on the cruise ship. Pretty cool. And then they were out here doing exercise. I thought that was kind of a neat little photo op. That's not supposed to.
Whoops, that wasn't supposed to be in there.
And some of the Honeybee Inn girls were there on the ship. And there was hula dancers around. I thought that was a really cool touch. And just another little shot of a vendor, you know, out in Costa del Sol. And they have all kind of fruits and things for sale there, of course, which looks absolutely delicious. And there Yuffie was eating an ice cream. I thought that was kind of neat. Took a picture of that. And there were some more dancers over there at Costa del Sol.
Like the fireworks in the background, too.
Fireworks.
Yeah.
Ares or Aerith, and Red 13 back there, and Tifa blow up Chocobo. So you can see there's all kind of cool pictures that you could take in this game. Do the next one. That's nice.
That was not supposed to be. I have one of those, too. I have one of those. I would, man.
Yeah, the swimsuits. And, look, I didn't mean to put all these in here. I just wasn't prepared for the presentation. Just go to the next one. Go to the next one. And there's like a really cool shot of Tifa there with a firework in the background. And there she is on one of those little One of those things
Wheelies.
called a Segway, and there she is on one
Oh,
of
the
those.
wheelies, yeah.
There she is looking out into the ocean. Look at all that detail. Very cool. And there's another one over. Okay, can we go to the next one, please? next one.
You didn't have time to,
Keep going. Just please. Yeah. There's a couple more.
Thanks for the super chat, Grand Old Reaper.
As you can see, there's a lot of cool opportunities to take pictures in Final Fantasy.
I like cloud darting by.
There's lots of variety of things that you can take pictures of. Because that one's a little better. Look at that beach back there. That's really cool. And look how beautiful that beach is.
Look at the
It's hard to
reflection.
imagine that was just rendered in the game, you know? And you can... the sunset there. There's some random lady. We're almost done with this. There's another one on Tifa. Just go to the next one. I think that's all the ones that I had, really. I didn't mean to put all those other photos in here. There's a nice shot of the city, at least. There's a cool Yuffie picture. That looks cool. And some chocobos. Okay. Are we good in here? Can I'm gonna get out of here. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. I won't be back. I won't be back.
He was never asked to return. Too many booty shots, I
didn't go
guess.
too
For him.
well.
Too many booty shots for him, I guess.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, I just dumped the files onto the drive. I didn't have time to go through them. I forgot those were in there, to be honest.
So Zucam brought up a good point. He says he has the same chair, but he says, "Did you take that with you to the presentation? What a power move!" Yeah, that is true.
Oh, yeah. I always bring my own chair.
Yeah, at the producer's office, you have to bring your own chair. He doesn't provide any, so it's either that or
It's
you don't
true.
get to sit. He's cheap. So, thanks so much for that super chat, Grando Reaper. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 definitely worth taking. I see Gullo Gullo want to be taken to the city, so let's take a real quick dive into the city for Mr. Gullo Gullo over there on Twitch. Here we go.
Moving to Perth City. Then I'm gonna grab you by your. Then I'm gonna take you and
All right, we're back, and after seeing those shots of Tifa, that video actually makes a whole lot of sense too.
It's appropriate, I guess.
It's appropriate. That's exactly right. All right, well, let's.
To be honest, I've been thinking about it, and I think I took those pictures by accident.
Right, yeah. It is easy to do. I mean, the button's right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a button press away from taking a screenshot. I did it live. Imagine how embarrassing that was. I got a booty shot live real quick.
Oh, dang.
I had to do it live because I couldn't just pass up that opportunity. I needed to add that to my collection. So,
Not so bad. You know what I was thinking about today? Just randomly, now that we are pretty much done with Final Fantasy VII talk for the week, I was thinking about how whenever I play an RPG or an MMORPG, pretty much any kind of RPG, anything with RPG elements to it at all, and it has a dragon in it, it like elevates it automatically to a new level just because it has a dragon.
I
Does that
agree,
make sense?
dude. I agree with you. I talk about this on the live stream all the time. Actually, how if you put a dragon in your game, I'll do almost anything to fight it. You know what I mean? Like that extends the gameplay by like hundreds, if not thousands, of hours just because I want to go see and fight that dragon. You know?
I wonder if it's because of like, I bet there's other people that feels like that too, and I wonder if it's because like when you're a kid and stuff and you're like learning about fantasy, it's like that's like the ultimate thing, like to slay the dragon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
I wonder
built
if that's,
into our
like, in your
core.
subconscious, like, yeah, slay the dragon.
So this might be going a little bit off topic, but I want to say too that I bet other people think about this. I bet you I'm not the only one. Sometimes I think that like in my DNA, right, from long ago, my ancestors from long ago, that like they must have like done some adventuring. You know what I mean? Some people don't think dragons are real. I personally believe that. I actually believe that we really did go slay some dragons back in the day. Call them dinosaurs. I don't know, but I think it's real. it's awfully funny that like Colosseums and all that, they have imagery of them going out and fighting dragons. It's deep rooted in the lore. I think they really did, dude. I think they really did. And I like to think that maybe that's why people that like RPGs and all that, like somewhere in our DNA, dragons are in there. You know what I'm saying? Like dragons are somehow tied to all of us. What do you think about that?
Well, I definitely would be willing to entertain the idea that back in the olden days of like of knights or whatever time period, you know, because almost all cultures have some sort of a dragon.
Right.
I would definitely be willing to entertain the idea that maybe something that modern science would refer to as a dinosaur actually was around, and that was a dragon, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was in the old night times and a T-Rex style animal came up on me, that's a fucking dragon.
Yeah, agree.
Excuse the bad language there. That just had to slip out.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
That is a dang dragon, y'all.
We are long past 30 seconds deep, so language doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, well, in that case, no.
So yeah, I agree. In Dragon's Dogma 2, super looking forward to that. Yeah, that's my next game. Awesome. You know, I think to be honest with you though, although I'm looking forward to Dragon's Dogma 2, I don't think it can top Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as far as like quality and just gaming goodness.
It's hard. It's gonna be hard to top it because it has everything in it that you want in an awesome RPG game.
Agreed, and there's so much replayability in this game. Well, anyway, talking.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is probably gonna be awesome, but I would be willing to bet everything that I have that the storyline of Dragon's Dogma 2 will not
be that great. It'll be
anywhere close. To what even the character, every part of the story.
There's no way they'll be doing character development. The character development in Rebirth is some of the best I've ever seen in my life, if not the best I've ever seen in my life. I'll say this: I liked the story a lot in Final Fantasy 16. I liked it a lot. I liked the characters a lot. I liked Jill. I liked Clive. I liked Sid. I liked everybody. I thought the story got really cool and deep, but man. 7 Rebirth kind of blows 16 out of the water.
It does,
big
man.
time.
And it's insane. Like, oh my gosh, dude. So, you know, back in the old days with Final Fantasy, there were certain aspects of it that just used the same formula over and over and over again.
Yeah.
With sometimes little things added in here and there and changed, you know, like in the battle systems and stuff. And I think that they should not be afraid to do that again with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake's battle system. Like, imagine a new Final Fantasy. Like, what if Final Fantasy 17 was, like, just as epic and glorious as 16 was, but it had that battle system? I don't know. I just think it's such a cool, modern, action-oriented way to do a turn-based battle system.
It is, because it still kind of feels like turn-based because you're pressing the button, you're strategizing, you can get a little break for a second, kind of think for a second.
Look, Daimlo snuck up in here.
What's up, Daimlo?
Final Fantasy 16? What's up?
What's up, dude?
What up, dude?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I heard dragon talk, and I was like, oh, damn, let's talk some dragons.
Yeah, man.
Yo, yeah, let's talk about some dragons. We got time for dragons.
Dragons can make a game, bro.
Dude, imagine The Hobbit and it didn't have the dragon in it.
Oh, you gotta have it. You gotta
I know, dude. Part of me is like, I like The Hobbit better than Lord of the Rings because of the dragon.
Yeah, true.
Do you guys remember the first dragon you ever killed?
In real life or in a game?
In a game.
Let me
or
think.
Maybe for Nathan, real life.
What did it?
I think for me it was in The Legend of Zelda, if you count that one.
Oh, would be me too.
Dragon.
Yeah, that was like the first or second boss.
It's like green and it shoots like little fireballs at you, that one.
Is that the 3-headed one?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, that would be my first one too, because I'm not going to count Bowser.
Yeah, I don't count Bowser as a dragon.
Not counting Bowser.
Too cartoonish in a way.
So yeah, that'd be my first one. But
He doesn't feel
chat,
like a dragon.
sound off
He's
on
like
yours.
a big turtle monster thing.
Yeah, he's definitely not a dragon. I know he can
He's a
breathe
big old
fire.
sniper.
I know he's reptilian. but he's not a dragon. So yeah, I'm Zelda. Yeah. What about you, Daimless?
Dude, he's like, I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry, guys, but he is like part snapping turtle, part cat, Bowser, when you think about it.
Snapping turtle, yeah.
Part snapping turtle, part cat.
Mm-hmm. Wizardry, Leafbinder says. You got far enough in wizardry to find a dragon? Like, if it's hard as crap. It was so difficult back then, dude. I played it a lot, but I didn't get that far.
I did too. It was one of those games that I would rent every once in a while, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, that's this game.
We bought it from, I got my copy of Wizardry from a video rental place that was selling it, you know, so it still had like some weird gibberish and Sharpie written on it from the video rental place where I got it for like $5.
Delicious.
Long after nobody was renting it anymore. Not counting Bowser, I was about to say that.
So what was you going to say about dragons? I think he had something to say about dragons. I cut him off.
Oh, no. Yeah, ask me which one was my first one. I think it had I'm trying to think back. I think it had to be Lady Fox. I never killed Nagafen back in the day, so it had to be Lady Fox.
Okay.
Lady Fox.
That was your first dragon in a video game that you killed?
Yeah, I was really bad at Zelda, so I never got to.
Oh, okay.
I've certainly
Did you even
now
kill this Triceratops that you have to put bombs in its mouth?
Dude!
I didn't even know bombs existed when I first went into that dungeon.
Oh,
until,
dang.
like, it started popping.
I think you
bombs
get them
face,
in the dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like...
But you don't have to. You could get to the boss.
Put that stuff together.
You could get to the boss without it, yeah. So that's really cool to be the first dragon was in an MMO. I'm kind of jealous of that.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, actually.
But I do.
Well, I'll be honest with you. The RPG thing it snuck up on me.
Oh, really?
It really was about 99 when I started diving deep into games that had dragons in them. I was more like into Contra and
I like that
things
stuff
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
But then eventually, like games like obviously EverQuest, but like for me, Tales of Destiny, a huge one for me.
It's a good game.
Yeah, things like that kind of quickly got me into the RPG world, and I never left. It was such a
rules, dude. It's the
defining
best
moment in my life.
I love how many games nowadays that normally wouldn't be classified as an RPG have so many RPG elements that to me it is an RPG. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. It gets
a fine
confusing.
line.
Yeah, it's a very fine line. Everybody wants to put those elements in because they're addictive, right? Progression, getting stronger, all that stuff really works well for a video game. It makes people not want to quit playing. Like, one more level, or let me just unlock this next ability, or let me run back to town before I quit for the night and get some, items for when I play next time. Then before you know it, you're playing for another 6 hours that you didn't plan. And so, yeah, I'm glad RPGs are making some of the little systems are making their way into other games, but I'm sad that RPGs, as we once knew them, are becoming less of a thing we get often. You know what I mean? Like
that is true. I definitely hear that.
That makes me really sad. It's my favorite.
So much resources, though, right? Like it's so much larger than every other game.
Sure.
So much easier to put like a Metroidvania together with little resources than some sort of open world feeling sort of game. I mean, think about how much thought went into the original Zelda game. Like,
yeah, dude,
that so open world.
Oh, probably a ton.
Innovative as hell,
unbelievable.
Dude. It set the stage for like everything. You know what I mean? Between Dragon Warrior, also Dragon Quest in Japan is what it really was. They just had a Dragon Quest was taken at that time, so they couldn't call it that in America. Dragon Warrior, which I didn't play until after Final Fantasy, but it was first, and Zelda. Those two games are the most influential for role-playing games to this day to ever happen. They really set the stage for everything.
And Quest 64.
No, not Quest 64. It did nothing. It ruined RPGs. It set us back a decade. Yeah.
Are you talking about Nintendo 64's only RPG? How dare you slander
I know.
Nathan?
I'm
so disappointed.
What a pathetic, horrible thing to have happened.
Good. I am talking that.
Well, speaking of dragons, we do need to move on to this game for PlayStation 5 that was just announced called Dragonkin. Let me get it pulled up here. Let's see what we got.
I'm getting it pulled up too. I gotta watch it at the same time.
All right. Let me know
Oh
when
my
you're
gosh,
ready.
why is it? It's being so silly. It's being so silly.
Anybody in chat, have you already heard of this game, or is this going to be your first time hearing about it? I wonder if I can play the audio or not. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to try it. We're going to listen to the audio.
Are you already playing it?
No. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh,
Can you feel it?
I can feel it.
Something has disturbed my dream.
Oh, snap.
Ooh, it's a Freddy Krueger game, I bet.
An evil, once defeated, but whose blood corrupts us still.
Oh my.
He has returned. The great beast.
It'd be fun if it wasn't a dragon.
Terror.
It's Michael Jackson. It's just some caveman.
Soon all will know that the war against the dragons begins again.
No, it's some kind of demon.
Oh, there he is.
That dragon looks cool.
Dragonkin the Banished. Oh, this is an ARPG like Diablo.
Okay, it looks cool. Sometimes I can get into these.
This came out of nowhere.
It looks pretty cool. Dragonkin, the Banished.
Now,
Wishlist now.
one thing I have to look up about this game immediately is no way is this a PS5 exclusive, right? An ARPG has to
I
come
don't
to PC.
think so. This is just the trailer that I found. I don't think it's an exclusive.
Yeah, it's on Steam as well. So if anybody was wondering, because that would be very odd for a ARPG that's like Diablo to be only on PlayStation 5. Although Diablo 4 does work really well on PlayStation. The controls are fine. It's just obviously this is a PC type game when you boil down to it. So cool, man.
It looks pretty neat.
4-player co-op.
Oh, that's actually cool.
Uh-oh.
And that's all.
Love me some 4-player co-op.
So that
Dragonkin, the Banished.
I'm hoping that as the ARPGs continue forward, that everybody takes a couple of pages from the Diablo 4 playbook. Like seeing other people run around the world is super cool. You know, add that MMO aspect in there.
That reminds me, dude. I know that this is not in the order of how we have stuff posted, but I'm gonna post a link real quick to a trailer to another ARPG game that I saw that looks freaking awesome.
Okay.
And it's called it's here it is right here. It's called No Rest for the Wicked. Have you heard of this?
No.
Dude, it looks freaking cool, dude.
Let's check it out.
Freaking cool.
All right, I'm pulling it up.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. No rest for the wicked.
Yeah, this looks really, really good.
I'll have to be a pirate.
Also coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox.
Oh, that's Michael Jackson. Look at the taste of that crow. And there's Old Man Witherspoon. And Keanu Reeves. And a big old buffalo creature.
Yeah, buffaloes with a...
It's Buffalo
It's a
Jerry
tribal
right there.
buffalo.
Look at that little nasty nooch coming out of there.
That
Oh.
looks a little Princess
Now it's going to show us the
Mononoke-esque.
glory.
Oh, the creators of Ori.
Yeah,
Interesting.
dude, this looks freaking awesome. And it's like kind of like it's more like Elden Ring style combat rather than typical like Diablo.
Ah,
combat.
okay.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good. I wonder if it's 4-player co-op.
I don't know.
It
But
says
that would be freaking awesome. It is?
no, it didn't say that, but it says it's a precision ARPG. So, you know, they're going for more tactical gameplay, like you said.
Yeah.
A bold new take on the genre. Cool. That looks
pretty
good.
cool, though.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. So it sounds like a lot of people are gonna coming for that Diablo crown, since it seems like Diablo
yeah.
4 dropped it on the floor a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though Diablo 4 started out so good, such a fun game.
I think here's my thing with Diablo, like the style of play after the storyline isn't like something I can go that hard on.
Right.
But I do think Diablo 4 is awesome if you just look at it like a regular RPG and play through the campaign.
Sure.
That part of it is very cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know, after that, I don't know, Diablo just gets so repetitive of doing the same content over and over and over and over, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes I'm in the mood for that, but I don't know. Got to be in the mood for that kind of thing.
PAX Day, yeah,
Everybody loves the grind.
that's gonna be a good MMO, I think. If they can make it, if they make it to launch, which seems like they're going to. That one, I'm looking forward to that one a lot. Cool. All right. Well, those are some sweet ARPGs on the way. I'm pretty excited about both of those. They both look great.
Yeah, they both look good.
Greedfall 2 is coming out.
Yep.
I never gave the first one a shot because
I couldn't get into it, dude.
I'm a little over the colonial kind of look, like New World did, etc.
Yeah,
it's not my favorite.
I've never been that into that for some reason.
Me either. I'm more
Like
into
I
the
could do Wild
European.
West, but I don't know.
I
I'm,
know that Assassin's Creed that was in where we were killing redcoats. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I just like the good old classic, European style, knights in shining armor kind of thing. That's my.
I don't mind it for like an action game, I guess, but something about doing like a normal like an RPG game in that kind of setting, like a fantasy new world setting. I don't know. I just don't get into it. It's not for me, I guess.
All right, well, let's check his
I
stuff.
like the high fantasy.
Are you ready to watch this trailer, Steve?
Oh, I'm ready.
Greedfall 2?
Hold on,
All right.
before you do,
Yeah.
I love you. I gotta run. I gotta
Okay.
go raid, of course. But
Thanks for
just let
stopping
me
by,
jump on.
Domlos.
Appreciate you guys. Love you. We'll be talking soon.
All right, see you, Damos. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Have a good one.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh,
Make sure everybody here is 17 plus.
yeah. Oh my God! Somebody's a screaming. Oh my God! I can't believe they're gonna separate them like that.
Oh! That's a harsh way to separate people.
I know, dang, dude. Greedfall's like, remember that one time we tried to be like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, it is giving those vibes. I think the newest, coolest game on Steam right now, Klein, is what's it called? What's the shooter called? My brain's a little.
Helldivers 2?
Helldivers 2. That's the hottest, newest, coolest thing on Steam.
Another. So this is just like, it looks like just a cinematic trailer.
Yeah, maybe they'll show some gameplay.
Maybe.
See, the cinematic stuff, I don't care. When are they gonna quit doing this? I just don't
They
care.
don't show us anything good. We want to see what the game is like.
We want to see the game. We don't give a crap. We know you got cinematics. We don't care.
Everybody's got them. Everybody's got them.
Everybody's got it.
That looked like Tony Danza coming out of there.
It's like a butthole. Everybody's got one, and we don't need to see yours. So no
Well,
gameplay.
guys,
Oh,
I gotta
boy.
say, I don't care about it.
I don't either. When are publishers, developers going to understand that, like, this doesn't hype anybody up anymore? Like, those days are long gone. That was like way back, like early PlayStation 1, like 32-bit days, that we'd see a cutscene and be excited. Nobody's excited by this anymore. We have no idea. Like, I guess they're assuming, well, if you play Greedfall 1, you get the gist of what it's going to, but you could have showed it. If you don't have no gameplay to show, don't release a trailer in 2024. Don't do it.
Yeah, I don't care if you blend some in, you know?
Yeah, but you can blend. Yeah.
Just show us some gameplay in the trailer. Like, dang.
Yeah, like this does nothing for anybody, I feel like. Unless you were already a Greedfall fan. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't think
Sure.
there's a ton of them. It's not like it's this new IP that just absolutely lit up the world. It's not. You know what I mean? Like, I'll tell you a game that could get away with this. And they didn't, though. They showed gameplay, but they could have gotten away with it. Was announcing a DLC and or a new cinematic. They could have went full cinematic announcing the DLC for Elden Ring. And we would have been hyped. Because that's a brand new IP that we all, almost everybody loves and knows its quality. So we'd have been hyped just knowing that there's... But Greedfall 2, bro? Very few people give a crap.
Yeah, and in a situation with Elden Ring as an example, is like, you know already, you don't need to see the gameplay of it. You know what I mean? You know what the gameplay is going to be like in general.
Yeah.
So you're already excited just at the news of the new content alone.
Exactly.
Nobody gives a crap about Greedfall 2.
Yeah, very few. Very few. There's
I mean,
somebody out there.
I'm
There's
sure
somebody
does.
out there that's like, I love Greedfall. It's my favorite game. Okay, bro, you need to get out there and play some other games, number one. Number two, there's not many of you. You know what I mean? Weird.
Yeah.
This might have more to do with PlayStation just needed some more, like, hey, we need to announce some more games. So whatever you got available, let's go ahead and show that Greedfall 2, because that's another game that's coming out that we can put in our lineup. It has to be something like that.
Get that Greedfall out of my face. I hated the first one. Dude, it was one of those games where as soon as I loaded into the game, the way how the character moved around looked so stupid that it ruined it for me.
Yeah. Well, that's happening, in case you care. We do have Greedfall 2 is coming out. Now, this... I haven't seen this yet, Steve. Vindictus, as in the MMO? Vindictus?
If you want to call it an MMO.
MMO Lite?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what this is all about.
It's a new one.
It's a new game, or it's a...
It's a new game.
Okay. All right,
I'm pretty sure it's a new game. I might be wrong, but I thought that I read that it was like the sequel, basically.
It's by Nexon, first of all.
Yeah.
High-speed fantasy action RPG. So this is... It shares the universe with their 2010 MMO Vindictus. However, it's a standalone game. It's not an MMO. It just shares the universe. That's what it looks like, according to what I just read anyway. All right, let's play it.
Weird. Okay, I'm ready. You ready? Or is it
Oh,
already
sorry,
done?
I started it. Hang on, we'll start over. 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go.
Pre-alpha footage. Oh, this is
Very,
pre-alpha.
very interesting if this is not a...
Maybe it is an MMO.
If it's not, very interesting.
I bet it is. They just don't want to call it a sequel. So they're just saying it shares a universe with their MMO. Or maybe it's MMO Lite. Could be too. I like the graphics.
Yeah, it looks cool.
If that's really how the combat looks, which I think it is,
Yeah,
that's
it
not
looks like
bad.
it.
That looks cool. I'm feeling BDO
And
vibes.
believe it or not, like, regardless of how you feel about the first Vindictive, the combat is good action combat in that game.
Was it? I don't remember. I tried it.
It's pretty good for its time, especially.
Okay.
Dude, that was when Red 13 did steroids right there. That's what that is.
Yeah, the little wolf guy.
I mean, I don't really care about Vindictus, but I'll say that it looks cool.
Let's see if we can look up some information on this.
Ooh, I'm gonna look too, just in case.
Vindictus. What was it called? Defying
Fate and the Journey to Grandmother's House.
Let's see what people are saying. It just keeps saying action RPG. Action RPG. Action RPG. So I don't know if it's an MMO or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't
Fast-paced
tell.
medieval fantasy adventure. ARPG. It's going for a Diablo type, but, you know, not the top-down bird's eye point of view.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Interesting.
So it is a straight-up ARPG. Another ARPG, it turns out.
Huh. I wasn't
Vindictus
expecting that from them.
Yeah. Mr. C says, which I played Vindictus, but it was a long time ago. I don't really remember too much. But he says...
Mr. C's got it dead on.
He says it was a lobby game.
Yeah, it's like you're in a lobby, you get to create a character, and you can, like, spend money on cash shop items to, like, look however you want or whatever. And you go in a lobby and you do, like, basically do dungeons with people and then go back to the lobby. That's pretty much the whole game.
Yeah. Here Be Dragons was written on Map, Scruffy. Thanks for pointing that out. I just now saw that, but yeah, very true. All right, well, Vindictus, that might be a fun ARPG. I do got to say, though, for it not to be an MMO, I don't know how I feel about these graphics. They're not that impressive now that it's, I know for sure it's not an MMO. It would be good for an MMO, but I feel like for a ARPG, maybe they could do a little better.
Maybe, but it is pre-alpha.
Oh, true. It is pre-alpha. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It could come a long way.
So who knows?
It could be cool. It's worth keeping an eye out for, that's for sure.
It'll probably be free to play, and there'll be some annoying thing about it in reality, but...
Oh.
I mean, Nexon, you know?
Yeah, Nexon. That's another one that's, you know, make people gag a little bit, puke up a little bit of their lunch hearing that word. So we'll see
Dude,
what
this
happens.
next video?
Yeah. I think I've heard of this
announced
game.
a while ago, but I just wanted us to watch it.
Yeah, I think I've seen a trailer and it looks really realistic, right?
It looks really fun, and I'm typically not into zombie games, but this is a cool way to do one, I feel like.
Oh, it's a zombie game. I don't know if I knew about this or not. Okay.
It looks cool, dude.
All right, I have seen this. Yeah, I forgot there were zombies, though.
All right, I got it pulled up.
All right, so this is Blight Survival. And
Yeah,
this
so
is
it's like a survival game, and it actually looks pretty cool.
I just want to warn everybody watching, everything you are about to see is pre-alpha gameplay and is a work in progress that does not reflect the final quality of the game. Okay? All right.
All right, we know now.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, Nexon is going to Nexon, that's for sure.
Oh, you know they're going to.
Now that's how you kill a zombie in the medieval times.
That's right, dude. This is probably going to be the coolest take on zombies in medieval time we've ever seen. Not that there's a whole lot of that.
There's not a whole lot of that, but I'm down. I like this.
Dude, it looks pretty fun, actually. I'm not going to lie.
I think there's some multiplayer in this game, too, isn't there?
Yeah, dude, it's like a survival game.
Yeah.
Not like survival horror, but even though it is horror.
Combat looks good. Something is cooler about it because it's zombies but no guns because it's medieval.
Yeah.
I believe this is Unreal Engine 5. I'm pretty dang sure.
I could be wrong. It might not actually be a survival game. I might be wrong about that.
But
it looks cool regardless.
Well, it does. It is called Blight Survival, so you wouldn't be too off thinking that at least. But it does say it's a third-person action-adventure survival game.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yeah. Action-adventure survival.
If we see him start building something, we know for sure it's a survival game.
What's he doing? Oh, he's looting them.
Oh, yeah.
All right, leave this fort, buddy.
Go out there into the world and see what's out there. This is a dangerous place, dude. The Barcreel Woods. That guy's seen better days.
Stop warming your balls and get over here.
That deer looks.
Ooh, quit warming your balls, he said.
Sure, I am.
You're hearing me.
I love warming my balls over an open fire.
Both, Granger.
Look at him, or I'll make you.
Okay, a little stealth.
Down with you. Alright, I'm looking.
What did I say then, eh?
His armor's gonna get all rusty if he keeps doing that.
I know, dude. He's gonna have to go find somebody that will repair it.
Yeah, you said it.
Maybe when he builds his base.
Get off him. What, you think he's got blight?
What are they?
Sometimes
Oh, they got a
it's spot,
zombie
yeah.
hanging there?
Gets in your
That's what it
veins
looks
first.
like.
Clogs up your brain. You're infected before you know it. He's dead. Poor bastard reeks. Probably dead for days. You're new to
There's a
this.
windmill.
It only
Yeah, with the
gets
body
worse.
hanging from it.
Dang.
Too much sorry for him. My ass doesn't feel too sorry. Keep looking.
Look at that guy.
Oh, that guy's not returning home to Mammy.
Nope. You better loot that guy.
Ooh, we got some salt off of him.
Oh, nice.
A rare salt.
Oh, a little treasure. We
Definitely.
found a sword.
Oh, nice. Definitely got the survival vibes. Oh, a bow just laying on the ground. Nice.
You better be careful sneaking up on this camp. Oh, there's a zombie. I think.
So what I'm wondering is, I wonder what's going on that he was killing the humans too.
Yeah, maybe it's like somebody you're at war with and there's zombies going on.
Oh,
or
maybe. Yeah. I bet you're right. Because they were wearing different colors, maybe?
something. Man,
that-
it's probably something like that.
That was his buddy. A companion.
Yeah, the other guys did have different uniforms on. Maybe that was the French or something. I don't know. Or maybe, like, who knows how long this has been going on in this world? Like, maybe there's like factions of people now surviving. Who even
Yeah.
knows what's happening?
Okay, that's... I'm trying to figure out if that's supposed to be another player. Or if it's just supposed to be a companion. He seems to be doing his own thing a little bit.
Yeah.
Gloria Victis vibes? Yeah, for sure.
They're running up a hill. Uh-oh, what's going to be over this hill here?
I think they're insinuating that's another player, by the way.
Yeah, they may very well be.
Cool. Great
Yeah, it
graphics.
looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could get into that. I feel like if it's good. The combat seemed good and fluid. Seemed like it was had a bit of like a dare I say Dark Souls kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Zombie apocalypse in medieval times could be kind of neat.
Yeah, I like that idea. Anything medieval, you got my attention.
Yeah.
And since it's got zombies, then it could have anything else too. You know what I'm saying? There could be a dragon, for example.
Yeah, who knows? Who
Because
knows?
they're going into fantasy, they're not trying to be uber realistic medieval. You know what I mean? They're not trying to be historically accurate, so that opens up
Well, you
the
never
doors.
know. They could be, and just be like, what if there were zombies, particularly?
And that's
in
the
a
only
historically
thing they
accurate
changed.
medieval Europe or whatever.
Yeah, they could. They could be.
Either way, though,
Yeah,
it looks pretty good.
a zombie dragon. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
That would be cool if it had stuff like that in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I'd seen that and was already pretty interested in it.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
just saw that randomly today, and I was like, this looks like something worth checking out.
I don't know if Steve threw this next one here's a joke or not. I'm not sure because I've never heard of it. The next game we're going to be looking at is called My Horse, Bonded Spirits. Come to Steam.
I'm
Now,
ready when you are.
I don't know if this is a joke or if this actually looks cool. So let's just see what we think. All right, you ready, Steve?
Oh, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Look at that. Look at that horse.
Okay, this is not looking good. Say,
Dude, you can build a bond with the horse.
look, she like approached it. Wow, you can
Look at
feed
that,
it
you
hay.
can feed 'em.
Wow.
You can choose different saddles, dude. That's RPG elements right there.
RPG elements. Oh my gosh. I see you
Dude,
later.
it's an open world, dude.
Open world. The graphics are good. I will give it that.
I know. Why are the graphics so good?
Yeah.
Why does it look so good?
It feels like maybe it didn't have to look this good.
Dude, whoever made this game had a decent budget and loves horses.
Loves them, dude.
Like this, maybe this will turn out to be like the best horse game ever made for people who are into this kind of thing. Like maybe you practice equine sports.
That's coming to
and
Steam.
That's your kind of thing. There you go, guys.
You guys might want to hear. Let me go ahead and.
We should live stream that game.
I know everybody's super interested, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link there if you want to. Oh, it won't let me. It's too long. Their link is too long. It won't let me do it.
Dang.
Well, anyway, I was gonna drop the link to go so you could go wishlist it, but it's called My Horse Bonded Spirits.
Amazing.
Wow. Seriously though, the graphics are too good for what this is. I feel like. Why did they spend this much time making it look that good?
I know, dude.
It should be a
is like
Skyrim mod, but it's a standalone game.
This is the cream of the crop of horse girl games.
Dude, I bet you these graphics are better than the new Elder Scrolls will be. I bet you anything, the new Elder Scrolls will not look this good.
I bet you're right, sadly.
It will look like, I bet the new the new Elder Scrolls is going to look like Starfield, but medieval again.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Wow.
Wow. Okay then, who in the world made this? Games Incubator?
No. Never even heard of them.
Dude, they got less than 3,000 subscribers. How did they have the budget?
Dude, it's a rich person who loves horse girls is who is making this. A rich horse girl is developing this game.
Wow.
A rich horse girl gamer.
I can't believe we're seeing the day. But there it is. It's happening.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Wait till you see this next trailer, dude.
Okay. Another horse game, apparently. Meta horse. Freaking meta horse. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh my gosh. So stupid. That one's a unicorn.
Oh no, dude, it's getting wild in this game. It's a race. It's an NFT. It's a horse NFT racing game.
Are you serious? It is. You're not joking. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. It's made in Unity too. This is a play to earn RPG horse NFT racing game. Did you guys catch all that? A play to earn RPG horse NFT racing game. This is real life.
Yeah, dude, Meta Horse Unity.
Dude,
Wow.
wow. Hang on, there's another trailer here, maybe. Oh my gosh!
It's the most popular game in the world.
Dude, look at this trailer for it. It's got Horse City, dude.
Oh crap! It's incredible.
Stand by, they're about to start. So I wonder if you can come and bet, like your NFTs on a horse. You know what I'm saying?
I bet you can.
Wow.
Dude, this is the future of gaming.
The future of gaming.
We're
Wow.
gonna say goodbye to everything else.
Get ready to lose all your money on horse races on the internet.
Dude, I hope you can attend the races in VR. And like be up in the stand watching, eating a hot dog in VR.
It does seem like that kind of game.
That'd be hilarious. Dude, this is the real life version of what Ready Player One's gonna turn out like.
Wow.
Digital NFT horse racing. Wow,
All right.
dude.
All right, well, there it
Beautiful.
is. Meta Horse. Hang on, there's one more trailer. Just make sure we can't gleam any more from this.
Oh, there's another trailer?
Yeah. It might be the same
2080.
footage,
It takes
though.
place in 2089.
It takes, of course it takes, oh, wait a minute, wait a
It
minute.
is in the future, dude.
We got some customization I think it's about to show here. That's the actual in-game graphics right there.
Oh,
See?
look at that. It is
People
like a
are
horse
betting.
race.
Yeah, people are betting on it, too. There's a prize pool and everything. You can watch the
Oh my
races
gosh.
live.
Digital horse race, like fake NFT horse races. Look at that guy. Dude, it's the future of horse racing, dude.
This is how people are gonna do it. Nobody's gonna go to a real... Nobody wants to go to a real horse race anymore, you know? The Kentucky Derby, dude, going out of business because of this game.
Damn straight, dude.
This is the future.
Telling you. It's all riding on that.
Wow. Wow, what an amazing future we've got ahead of us. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. But the producer has put another horse game on our menu today.
I guess because why not? The third time's a charm.
All right, let's see. This one's coming out on the Switch, it looks like. No, this is a Steam game. This is a Steam game. Never mind.
I'm ready when you are.
Oh my gosh, dude. I've already started it. I'm 10 seconds deep. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. This looks like the worst of the three, I gotta say.
Yeah, this one does not look as good as the first one. How do you hold up to that?
Yeah, that one, we should show that one last.
Oh, you can
Wow.
wash the horse with a brush.
Getting all the dust off. I wonder
You
if
can
you can...
scrub them up. Look at that run.
Oh wow, that run animation was glorious.
You can put a little carpet on his back.
This is more about building an entire horse ranch.
Oh, dude, it's like a Breath of the Wild horse ranch, it looks like.
Breath of the Wild horse ranch. Somebody played Breath of the Wild and was like, you know what, I only care about the horses. I'm going to make it a whole game.
Their character design is not as good, but...
This does look like something we'd see on Nintendo Direct, actually. It's like in between the good news. Like they do...
I would not play this one, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not playing this. Nintendo Direct always has this strategy. One game we already knew about, but we wanted to see more of. Okay, that's earlier in the presentation. Then a bunch of games like this. And then a big secret announcement at the end that's going to get everybody
Dude, look at that
hyped.
artwork at the end. It looks so horrible.
Wow.
It looks like something you'd see on the thumbnail of a crappy cell phone game for kids.
That game is only for real horse girls. Wow.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
I guess you're right.
Let's move on past horses finally.
There's no more horse news for this week.
What is this? We have an actual person?
Yeah, this is actually pretty wild, dude. So it turns out that the person in control of all the enemies in Helldivers 2 is this guy named Joel.
What?
He's like he's basically the dungeon master of the game.
Oh wow!
So like he is the one who controls the enemies and what they're doing and what they're attacking and how many of them there are and stuff like that.
Wow!
He can make like in-game events happen and like make new planets get attacked. He's like the dungeon master of the game, Joel.
Yeah, and it says that he's planning on making it more sophisticated over time. So that's really cool. I just assumed they'd set up some kind of system. That's
what I thought, like it was a computer doing it or something.
So
but it's this guy.
He's probably watching the stats to help him decide, like, how much crazier to make it for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, which is pretty cool, actually, that there's somebody actually overseeing the huge war going on in that game.
Yeah, it says we have a lot of systems built in the game where the game master has a lot of control over the play experience, something that we're continuously evolving based on what's happening in the game. And as part of the roadmap, there are things that we want to keep secret because we want to surprise and delight.
That's cool.
Inspired heavily by Dungeons and Dragons.
Which that just makes that game even cooler, man.
It really does. This is totally unexpected for me. There have been some...
me too.
Sudden moments where maybe one planet was too easy or one was too hard, and Joel had to get up in the middle of the night to fix it.
That's hilarious.
Wow, dude. I would have never...
So we're all fighting a war against Joel in that game.
It turns out it's PVJ. Player versus Joel.
Player versus Joel.
Dude, weird.
Dude, Joel is hardcore, dude.
I would have never guessed that. That's wild, actually.
Yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. More games should do stuff like that.
Well, I think that's all the news we got right now, right? Hang on.
It's all the news that I could find about stuff that we haven't talked about or such, but you never know what's going on in this world of gaming.
I want to talk a little bit about this for anybody that doesn't know. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is getting a performance patch. or I'm sorry, a patch for performance mode. So some people are complaining about the performance mode. Looks fine to me. I played through the entire game. I thought it looked
tell you what, dude.
fine.
I had an issue.
Okay, what happened?
So on my I had my PlayStation hooked up to my PC monitor, right?
Okay.
Which is like a 2K monitor.
Right.
And I couldn't help but notice when I had it in performance mode that all the characters like looked kind of pixelized. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it was after I noticed it was bothering me, because if I turned it on the other mode, the 4K mode or whatever, it disappeared. But then the frame rate got on my nerves, right? So I moved my PlayStation out to my 4K TV, right? And on my 4K TV in performance mode, it looks awesome. So I don't know what is the deal there.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm playing on a 1440 in performance mode, and it is a monitor. I haven't moved this game down to my 4K TV downstairs yet, but I will at some point. Once I'm done streaming it, I'll probably move it back downstairs. But yeah, I for my monitor, I didn't notice it.
You will notice it looks better, because I swear I think we have the same monitor.
Oh, we do, actually, yeah. We do, I think. Or actually, no, you're using the monitor that my son uses now. I swapped out because I needed one that was
something about that monitor, man. It looks way better on my 4K TV, so I moved it and been playing it out there. There's also something else I wanted to mention about Final Fantasy VII that I meant to mention earlier.
Okay.
And this is specifically for people who are going to play this game that still have not started playing it, right?
Okay.
So we talked about last time about how you can get like some extra materia if you play through the demo first.
Right.
So here's what I would like you to know going into that experience, because it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And I found out the annoying way. So when you play the demo, you're going to play the game, and in your mind, you're like, okay, this is the beginning of the game, right? So then you get into the real game, and you start the game, and it turns out that it actually has another part before the beginning. So immediately I was like, so how's this going to work? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So then you start playing it, and you actually play through part of what you played through in the demo. And in my mind, at first, I'm like, I guess I'd messed it up somehow.
Right.
I'm playing through this again. Then it gets to a certain point where it lets you skip what you already played through, part of what you already played through in the demo.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing.
Here's a couple things worth knowing. So you get that materia for doing this, right?
Right.
But the stupid, annoying part about it is if you choose to skip that part you just played through just to get that materia, then all of the decisions that you make during that scene don't matter in your game because you skipped it.
Oh, wow. See, I didn't skip it because I was playing it live, so it's like...
I did, and then I was like, oh, crap. It hit me a little bit later on that once I realized that I didn't have any of the items that I got running through that, I was like, crap, I should have just replayed it.
Wow. Well, that's good. That's good information to have. That kind of sucks.
You lose out on all the decisions you make, and you lose out on any items that you find during that.
Dang. Well, that's messed
there's
up.
Like materia and stuff on that in there. So, yeah.
Well, thank you. What's the takeaway for that super chat, man? Appreciate it. Thanks for the show, guys. Yeah, absolutely, man. I want to, a couple things I want to say too is I got a lot of people in my community, probably most likely a lot of them are probably going to wait for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth to come out on PC, which we can expect will probably be about roughly a year from now.
In that case, it'll probably be included.
Yeah, and here's what I think also. I think we're going to get a similar situation like we got with the remake. They're going to add a Vincent DLC. Right, that's my guess. It'll be Vincent. It'll be where you get to see, because Vincent comes and goes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Without giving any spoilers.
That'd be cool, though.
Everybody knows Vincent's in the game, so it's not really a spoiler. He was in the trailers. But Vincent DLC, kind of like we got with Yuffie for Remake, I think we'll get a Vincent one. And when it comes on PC, that will be the version that comes to PC. And you pay an extra $20 or whatever, $10, whatever it is, and you can get that extra DLC added to your PS5 version. That's my guess.
Dude, what if there's Vincent DLC and it's the storyline of Dirge of Cerberus?
That would be freaking awesome. But I don't think that's
Obviously,
too cool. That's too cool.
They would get it fixed up a little bit, but
that would be awesome, though, dude.
Yeah, man. You know, believe it or not, I actually enjoyed that game when it came out. I was such a Final Fantasy fan.
I remember you playing it.
It's kind of weird that it's like a shooter, you know?
Yeah.
But I thought it was pretty cool back then.
I'm going to bring up an old bone.
They should port that game, man.
Why did that game not come out on the Wii?
Yeah, it should have.
Unbelievable. It was a third-person shooter. The controls would have flawlessly been swapped over to the Wii. It was made on PlayStation 2, so the Wii could have ran it. I can't believe they never did that. They just left that money on the table for some reason.
They should at least port it to the Switch, man.
Yeah, it was never re-released. It was only on the PS2 that one time. And it was... I don't remember, it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure people liked it. I'm pretty sure overall it was received well.
There are a lot of haters of it, but there's some people who liked it too.
Grando says he doesn't think it's canon.
Well, it's not canon in the same way how
Crisis Core.
Certain things in Star Wars aren't canon that we know about until they make it canon now that Disney owns it type situation, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, for example, in Star Wars, Thrawn wasn't technically canon until they recently brought him in Star Wars Rebels, even though he was from the expanded universe from before Disney bought it.
Right.
So it's kind of like that, you know what I mean? They can
Makes
take
sense.
stuff from Dirge of Cerberus and make it be canon, you know what I'm saying? Because they say all that old stuff that came out during that time isn't canon, like the cell phone game.
Yeah.
That was called, like, Before Crisis or something like that.
Yeah.
All those little parts, but then they like come out and they're like, oh, never mind, Crisis Core is canon now, and now also Advent Children is canon again.
Yeah, so it's also worth mentioning that if they did what Steve said, which would be the coolest way to do it, like compact it a little bit, make it like a 4-hour adventure, 4 or 5, 6 max, you know what I'm saying? And just take that storyline and make it more canon, you see what I'm saying? And then put it in the game. Like, man, there's stuff I want to say, but I don't want to spoil. But there's parts, they're obviously setting up something for him, and it could just be for the next game. It could be for the third game. But it feels like, when you play through 7 Rebirth, that they're setting it up to make you be like, wait a minute, what's he talking about at this part? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without giving anything
It
away.
would be cool if we get a DLC with him. I wonder if there will be a DLC. There probably will, right?
I can't wait for Steve to beat the game or get to that part because Steve played Dirge of Cerberus. I did not. So I can't wait to even ask Steve, like, that thing that Vincent said, was it talking about something happening in Dirge of why am I having trouble saying that word? How is it? Is it
Cerberus?
Is it Cerberus? That's how I've always said it, but now I'm starting to question myself.
I'm gonna type in how to pronounce.
Yeah, how do you pronounce Cerberus? I've always said
how
that.
to pronounce Cerberus. Let's see if we were wrong or right. Here I'm listening now.
Witcher says, I'm glad I'm watching Nathan play Final Fantasy. The first minigame or fetch quest, and I would have quit. Easier to stomach such things watching someone else doing it. Yeah, I'm going to play through the whole thing on stream. I'll be back streaming it tomorrow. How's
Cerberus.
it? Cerberus.
Cerberus.
Is that how we were saying it?
I think it is. That's what we were saying.
I don't remember if that's how we were saying it.
Now we know.
Now we know.
We know
Cerberus. Cerberus. Right? It's not Cerebrus.
Dude, I used to think it was that because I swear in some game I played that used the word Cerberus when I was a kid, it was like spelled wrong in the game.
Did you know because of Phantasy Star when I was a little kid, I thought that Final Fantasy changed the word fantasy to an F to make it FF when I was a kid, and that you actually spelled it PH. Yeah, I used to think that was how you spelled fantasy for a lot, like till like third grade, when finally someone's like, that's not how you spell fantasy.
And you're like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, I got it backwards. I thought Final Fantasy changed the spelling, and it was spelled PH. I did that till like second or third grade. There was no internet, Grando Reaper. No, I wasn't on the short bus.
We didn't have no internet back then.
It probably wasn't third grade. It's probably like first grade, second grade, something like that. But I was young, but I do remember I used to spell PH because of Phantasy Star. I thought spelled it correctly. I don't
You
know
have to
why I thought
understand that when you grew up in a gaming age like that, and I feel like this probably still this doesn't happen as much as
Because
it
of
did to our
voice acting.
generation because there's so much voice acting now.
Right.
But there's a lot of words that you were exposed to for the first time by playing a video game, and
That's how you learned it.
You just winged it on pronunciation sometimes. So you
Yeah.
end up calling something the wrong pronunciation forever, because even back then, when we were kids, we were too young to understand how to read in a dictionary the little part that shows how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I
what
didn't
that even
understand that
sounds
when I was a
like
kid.
anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that's what that was at first.
Yeah, I thought, you know what I
Now you
used
can
to
just
think
look
it
it up.
was when I was a kid? Was a little kid, and I'd be looking up a definition for a word or whatever, because for some reason as a kid, I actually did look up definitions a lot. I don't know why, but I think it's because of games, actually. I'd be playing RPG, and it would say a
Me
word,
too.
and I'd pull out the dictionary to see what it meant, because I didn't want to, I wanted to understand the story. So sometimes they'd say a word, and I wouldn't know what that word was because I was a kid, so I have to look it up in the dictionary. But I remember seeing those. It's got a word on how to pronounce it, but I thought that was the Latin version of that word.
That's funny. I remember looking up, 'cause when I played Final Fantasy IV back then, I remember looking up the word swoon.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense.
Well,
I spelled dwarven as dwarfen. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
dwarfin.
I called the armlet from Beyond Oasis an omelet.
The omelet.
The omelet. Vincent was optional like Yuffie, right? In the original? Yes, Vincent was a secret character in the original. I won't say anything about Rebirth. I won't say anything. I just won't say anything. I'll let that be a surprise if it's a optional or not. I'll leave that one to the secrecy of non-spoiler. But yes, he was definitely optional in the original. Matter of fact, I bet a bunch of people beat the game didn't know about him.
I just got to say, I know that we've been talking a lot about Final Fantasy VII, but it makes sense.
It just
Nathan
came out.
beat it. I'm still playing it. It just came out. I love, and sometimes in games, I don't like when this happens, but I
Okay.
love in this game when you get to the part in the story where you control different characters. They made it so awesome. every time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Love that Barrett and Red 13 are like a team. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. There's only one part that I didn't like it.
What is it? The part that I'm not to yet?
You're not at it yet. There's one part
Is
where I
it
was
the
like,
part with kids?
damn it. I'm not going to say who it's with, but there's one part as soon as I realized I was going to have to play with this particular team, I was like, oh, come on. Come on.
Okay.
But it was a short part, so it's okay. They knew that
That
most
part where you
people would
play
be
as
annoyed.
Barrett and Red 13 in the mines was cool.
Yes, dude.
I thought that part was awesome.
I want to say this too, because Graham Olson, who I don't know if he's in chat or not tonight, but he watches
Yeah, I know
most of
him.
his streams. He's a very big supporter of the channel. He told me that Red 13 was his favorite character ever in Final
Wow.
Fantasy, or at least in Final Fantasy. I'm pretty sure is what he said. I didn't even care about Red. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. That's a little harsh because there's that one scene in the original where you learn about his dad. No spoilers, but that
I mean, there's some
part
good
was
parts of them,
cool.
but I was like, okay.
But I wasn't
I
a
never had him
fan.
in my party.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. He was never in my party. He was just, it felt like to me he was an extra character to me when I played it back in the day. But now I love Red 13, bro. I freaking love Red 13, man.
Because of how
he's
the
a cool
original. Are we allowed to talk about the original
Yeah,
ending
yeah.
of the original game?
Sure. Yeah, it's from 1997.
So
It's
when you beat the game, when you beat Final Fantasy VII,
lenience.
the last thing you see after the credits rolls is Red 13 with like Offspring running through the canyon, and it looks like nature's taking
Nature's
back
taking
Midgard
over,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. So it's obviously years later. So I love in this game, and this isn't really a spoiler because it's the literally first thing that happens in the game when you turn it on. But Red 13 is like narrating the story, kind of. It appears. And so I like that because it makes me feel like that we probably will still see a glimpse of that ending in
I
the
think so,
end
too.
of this game, and it will make sense for like.
I think
Red
they'll
13
flesh it
to
out
wrapping
more.
up the story, you know what I mean? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But man,
So, what's the takeaway? Just insulted me just now. He said back in the day when you were 15 years old, you had Tifa and Eris, which was original how it was translated, even though it was always actually supposed to be Aerith. But anyway, Tifa and Aerith in your party the whole time. I take offense to that because I still do have Tifa and Aerith in my party the whole time.
I do too.
I love
do too.
them.
And here's the reason why for me.
Okay.
I gotta have Tifa in my party.
Tifa's
Tifa
the best,
is
dude.
my girl.
Even if she has
But-
little boobs, by the way, her
Aerith
character
the
is
best
just good.
healer.
She's the
Aerith
healer,
is the
dude.
best healer, and that's why I got her in there.
Yep, I did switch to Tifa and Barrett more often though, because as I got further in the game, I started feeling kind of bad about skipping Barrett all the time because I love Barrett. He's one of my favorite characters. So now I switched up. I started rolling with Tifa and Barrett a lot. But I had to turn Barrett into a healer.
Sometimes in the Outworld, I'll switch and have other characters in my party because I really like fighting as Yuffie, dude. Controlling her is awesome in that game.
A lot of people like it, yeah.
But I'll switch it out when I'm just running around out in the Outworld because they've made it super convenient to like set up pre-saved parties and you can just like at the press of a button switch to a different party. I also love in this game how literally all of your party members and people in your team are walking around with you in the world map.
Yes, it shows them the whole time.
Party.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Did you notice that when you're in a battle, they'll actually be in the background, the people not in the party helping? Like, it doesn't actually help, but they'll be back there, like, shooting bullets. Like, Barrett will be back there shooting, and...
yeah, I first noticed that in this one fight because Barrett actually, like, ran behind the enemy and, like, stopped and was firing, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
I love it. Yeah, I was super happy the moment I noticed that, like, everybody's actually roaming with you. Like, everybody that's with you in that particular part of the game is there. And I love that.
You know how cool that's going to look when you have... I don't know anything about what happens in this game at the end, so I don't want to, like... I mean, since we're allowed to talk about the original... I don't know if Aerith dies in this game or not.
Right.
I don't want to
and
know
if you
yet.
do know, do not say anything. Do not say anything.
Do not say anything, and I don't even know for sure that that's going to happen in this one. I feel like it probably will, but
it does feel like maybe she won't though. They've done a good job of like you don't know, like maybe she will, maybe she won't. Because
I'm not 100%.
Right.
But if it gets to, even if you don't have Aerith in your party by the third game, let's say hypothetically by the third game, she's not a party member because she's dead. All the rest of the party members that you gain that I'm assuming will be Vincent and Sid, right?
Right.
All those people walking around on the world map together is going to be so sweet looking, dude.
It will be, dude. Will be. Absolutely.
And even in towns, everywhere you go, it's so cool that it's just like, there's barely anything in the game that, for a video game, breaks the immersion of what's going on. It's really cool.
Right. So that probably looked
there's some classic video game stuff, but you know.
That probably looked really weird to you guys over on Twitch. I didn't think about how weird. I was trying to talk to somebody in YouTube. All right, so some boys like Tifa's boobs. Some boys like snooty dogs.
Snooty dogs?
He's talking about Red 13. He's talking about Red 13.
Oh. Kids are always trying to get up on him, and he don't like it.
So I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to say that the romance thing added to 7 was such a good idea, and it's so well done. It's so well done, dude. Oh my gosh, it's so well done. Because they kept
did a good job.
They kept it classy.
Expanding on the original version, you know.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing that really upsets me, that I can't get this out of my mind. I'm gonna say this spoiler free. There's a scene, and everybody who's watching my stream has already seen this scene, but I'm not 100% if Steve has or not, so I'm gonna be careful how I word this. There's a
guys,
part.
real quick, I just want to say I'm gonna go off camera for a second, but I'll still be chatting.
Switching to cell phone mode. There's a part where Tifa's showing something to Cloud, and I can't for the life of me figure out why they decided not to show the viewer. Like we couldn't see it, only Cloud could see it.
Yeah.
Have you been to that part yet, Steve?
Run it by me again.
What
part is this at?
There's a part where Tifa and Cloud are talking, okay? And Tifa's trying to show something to Cloud, but it makes sure you can't see it. Only Cloud gets to see it.
I don't think I have seen that yet for some reason, or if I did, I forgot.
I don't understand that part, and some people think, well, maybe because like where it was, like they thought that might be a little too risque. That doesn't really make sense for what it is, I don't think.
Okay.
So anyway, when you get to that part now, maybe I feel like it's story driven. I feel like actually that is story driven. Like they didn't want to see it on purpose because we've already played Final Fantasy VII, most of us, right? And if we would have seen it, it would have meant something to us. That's my personal. That's what I think.
Okay.
You can still go on a date with Barrett. Yes, actually, there are. Steve? Is it too big of a spoiler for me? Just tell the options you have to go on a date with.
No, because they're actually, I think, unless there's new character ones that I don't know about.
No.
I know it's all the original ones.
Well, there is one additional new one, but it's not new characters. So you can go on a date with Barrett, Red 13, Tifa, Aerith, or even Yuffie, which is the hardest one to do because she comes in your party at a later time, so you don't have as much time to build a relationship, right? Or
And who's the new one?
somehow, I don't know how you do this, but somehow you can go on a boys' night out where it's all the boys. But I don't know how
All
you do
three
it.
of them?
Yeah, like I
I
guess
remember
it
in the
would be
original one you
Barrett.
could get Barrett.
You can get Barrett and Red 13 and Cloud go out for like a boys' night out. And it's its own individual like boys' night out kind of thing.
Maybe you have to like make all the bad decisions with all the women.
They hate both women hate you maybe, and then you have a boys' night out. I'm not sure, but there is a way to do it.
That's funny.
Anyway, we've rambled on probably about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth enough, but I do think I'll be shocked if this isn't my game of the year. I love it to death.
Same.
Gonna play the crap out of it for a long time. And then I'll replay this one. I will absolutely, no doubt in my mind, I'll replay it later on, all the way back through, probably several times. I just love it. It's so well done.
I know for sure when the third one comes out, I will, at some point after that, play through like all three of them as if it was one big game.
Yeah, I'm such a fan with what they've done. Sometimes I'm willing to do this because I actually want to support what they did, because I know they're going to do this. So when the third one comes out, unless it just sucks and pisses me off, which I doubt, but you never know, then what I plan on doing is then they're going to release like a collection where it's all the games in one package, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try, that'll probably be on the PS6, who knows, right? But when that comes out, I'm going to get a physical copy of it, and I'm going to replay from beginning to end all three of them like that. That would be cool, dude.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And long as hell. It would be like a 100-hour plus game just for the story, probably like 300 hours or plus for doing everything. Like, that'd be nuts. And you know what the collection they'll do, like it's got its own trophies. So, you know what I'm saying? They'll add a couple little Easter eggs to where, you know. But another cool thing I would say about Rebirth before we quit for the night is it does remember things you did in Remake. So keep your save file from Remake.
It does?
It does. Several times I was like, oh my God, that was optional. And it knew that I did that.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to, because I didn't play through it again on the PS5 when I got it on PS5.
Well, do you have the PS4 one, though?
No, because I sold my PS4.
Oh, dang it. I was going to say you can transfer. Well, listen, it's not worth replaying Remake 4 right now just to see that.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't
We'll
freak
be cool
out.
to see that later on.
It's just
Be like,
small
oh,
little
cool.
tidbits of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's little things that are said that you're like, oh my gosh, you know, like that was optional content and it knows that I did that, you know?
Oh, that's cool, though.
Yeah,
I
so
like that kind of stuff.
what are they going to call the third one, though? That's still up in the air. I was all in. I was all like, oh, yeah, they're definitely going to call it Reunion, but Crisis Core is called Reunion. So it's going to have RE. It's going to be Final Fantasy VII
Reno 911.
Reno. It's going to be Re something. I don't know what they're going
And
to
they
call
make
it.
it to where Reno's the main character this time.
It's Reno. Oh, man.
Oh, one last thing I wanted to mention about the game was I thought that every character, and this counts for in the first part too, in the remake, I felt like that every character was exactly, like their voices and everything was exactly like how I imagined them to be. except for one character where I was like, this is not how I imagined this character. I like the character, how they did it just fine. But that character that's in the Turks called Elena. The blonde chick.
Yeah, what do you mean? What about her voice feels weird?
When I played through her in the original game, I thought she just seemed like, I just took her, because you're reading it back then.
Right.
There wasn't a voice acting to it. I just thought she seemed like way more serious.
Oh.
Like, and more serious toned.
Right. Yeah, I guess
But
that makes sense.
She's kind of like the zany Turk.
Yeah, she's a little zany, yeah. But it's also a badass, though.
Oh, yeah. I like how they did her, actually. I like her a lot.
It is. So I've thought about this a
didn't see that one
lot.
coming.
So I think over time, because it's been a long time since 1997, we've also been influenced because of Crisis Core and Kingdom Hearts. We've been influenced a little bit of what we think Sephiroth, Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, Aerith sound like. However, it's not the exact same voice actors. Maybe some of them are, but I know Aerith for sure was a new voice actor they're using for this. But they found somebody that still fits with the theme from Crisis Core, Kingdom Hearts, etc., right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of the nice way to say this. The only one from the original that they got close, but if I'm going to be 100% honest with myself, that I thought sounded a little different, was Barrett. I imagined his voice to be his accent to be thicker. That's what I expected originally, back in the day. I just expected it to be thicker. But in retrospect, the way I was hearing it in my head probably wouldn't be kosher. I'm going to be honest. Because if you remember...
No, I know what you mean.
Because you remember in the original 7, they used a lot of hyphenization and stuff like that for when Barrett talked. I think they actually got sued for that, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, you couldn't do it like that. Or, I mean, you could, but it would change the tone of the game a lot. And Barrett is... you definitely want him to be taken seriously. You know what I mean? Like, he's funny sometimes, he's a little goofy sometimes or whatever, but Barrett is a serious character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, here's a quote from the original. It says, "Don't go thinking you so bad just 'cause you was in Soldier."
Yeah, so you can see why I would think he would have a thicker accent. Yeah, Advent Children is confirmed linked. They also re-released that in theaters. With added content, which I haven't seen yet, to make it even more in line with the remake. They didn't add, they added things. They didn't take away anything. It's still got all the original stuff. It's got some additional content in the new Advent Children. So, it's pretty good. I'm pretty obsessed. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty good. If the third one is as good as Rebirth, or heaven forbid it's even better somehow, then this could end up being the best Final Fantasy of all time, for sure, like hands down, if they continue in the direction they're going. Well, guys, thanks for coming to the Nathan and Steve Show. We do this every Monday night, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. We talk video games and react to trailers and whatever news is happening. We specialize, of course, in RPGs and MMOs, but sometimes we dabble into horses, Remake, Rebirth, Revival. That could work.
Because they're going to make it in the new one that you can revive Aerith.
Oh, now that's making an assumption. Resurrection. What's some other RE?
Resident.
Evil.
Reflex. Reflux.
Reborn.
Rescue.
Revival of Genova. That would work.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for coming. I will be streaming again, though, later tonight. I'm actually going to hop off here and start prepping for that. We are doing Pantheon Rise of the Fallen over on Twitch on the Static Group Live. That goes live at 11 p.m. Central, 12 a.m. Eastern. And we'll be playing that. And of course, I'll be diving into Pantheon this week, Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. I do plan to tomorrow around probably 3 p.m. Central, going live with some more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so we can work our way through it. We were right at the end of Chapter 8. I don't want to say anything else, because I don't want to spoil anything for Steve, but we're right at the end of Chapter 8 there. Last time we played Saturday night, so come check that out tomorrow, and then we might be doing some World of Warcraft tomorrow night. I'm not sure if that's happening or not yet. But yeah, thank you all so much. Come back for Pantheon Rise of Fawn over on Static Group Live over on Twitch at midnight Eastern, 11 p.m. Central, to Central Time. And that's all we got, guys.
That's all what she wrote.
That's all she wrote. She didn't write murder either. No Angela Lansbury.
No.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
See you guys.
And I may do that tonight, Witcher. That's a good idea. I may